Hi guys, my name is Jack from Box Nutrition, and today I'm going to be talking about why it's not just your VO2 max you should be looking at if you're going to get any metabolic test. Now, for those who don't know, your VO2 max is essentially kind of how big your engine is, or how much oxygen you can produce and utilize every minute. Now, although this is a good marker of endurance performance, it's not the only thing you want to be looking at. One of the most important things is something called your anaerobic threshold. Your anaerobic threshold is a point or intensity which you can sustain for about 30 to 60 minutes, often known as kind of your race pace. However, if we start going above this intensity, so we're going any faster or kind of increase kind of the wattage on the bike, what happens is you produce more lactate that you can get out, and this actually results in you having to slow down. Now, lactate itself isn't necessarily the bad guy, but what you produce because of this is, so things like hydrogen ions, these are going to affect kind of the muscle cell and subsequently going to decrease your performance. Now, the reason why knowing your anaerobic threshold is so important is because if you're racing, if you're say competing in a CrossFit workout, which is particularly long, you would know what intensity not to go above if you want to sustain that effort. So for example, if you know that your anaerobic threshold is say 175 beats per minute, you can make sure that you stay around this point or under it so you don't hit a wall and you can't continue. Now, if you wanted to know your anaerobic threshold, you can just kind of Google it and base this off your max heart rate. However, because there's so much variance between individuals, depending on how much high intensity training, kind of your physical makeup, it's never going to be entirely accurate. And this is the reason why metabolic testing can be so beneficial. You're not just say working at your VO2 max, your heart rate zones, but also something like this anaerobic threshold, which can have a massive impact on not just your training, but also your competition performance as well. If you were interested to have this done, then make sure you check us out at boxnutrition.co.uk/metabolic-testing and book your test in now.